Today, let's talk about the unintended harm you may be suffering by being on a ketogenic diet. Hey guys, Dr. D with AlphaOmegaWellness.com. Today, I want to come and chat with you about the ketogenic diet or the keto diet. You've probably heard of it. Most of you have probably been on it. And let me just tell you that some parts of this diet can be really good, but I want you to be aware of some pitfalls that we need to discuss. First, let's chat about the benefits of the ketogenic diet. When we are consuming low carbohydrates, our bodies can thrive. They can do really well in that state. And in fact, the ketogenic diet can be helpful for weight loss. It can be helpful for improving our metabolism. It can be helpful for detoxifying. It can even be helpful for causing our mitochondria to make ATP, the little energy blocks of the body, to make that more effectively. I definitely think that there are some good uses of the ketogenic diet, but I think that a number of people are doing it wrong. And let me tell you about some of those pitfalls. First of all, the ketogenic diet is high fat, high protein, low carbohydrate. I'm all about it being low carbohydrate. But one of the issues comes in is when we are consuming a lot of saturated fats. So think animal fat, think the yummy fat like ribeye and bacon. So when we're consuming more of these saturated fats, especially when we're cooking them at a high temperature, think bacon, think ribeye, right? That can lead to inflammation in our body. So we can actually consume then oxidized cholesterols, which is not helpful. And these high fat, high heat, cooked meals, they end up being high in what's called AGEs, advanced glycosylated end products. And essentially what that does is it turns on oxidative stress in the body, which is not good. So we're further promoting inflammation in the body. So those are a couple of the pitfalls, but another one that I want to address is if we're not doing the ketogenic diet correctly, we are not getting a diversity of food into our diet. Remember, I always tell you that it's important to eat all the colors of the rainbow. And why is that? Because each of those colors represents different phytonutrients, different plant chemicals that our bodies need in order to function efficiently, in order to be optimized. And also we need those to promote good gut health. And so if we're literally just eating bacon and eggs and cheese all day long, then we're not getting the diversity of food that we need. Often part of what's missing from a ketogenic diet is fiber. Fiber is really important at decreasing risk of heart disease, decreasing the risk of colon cancer, decreasing constipation. And we're also probably not getting a lot of fermented foods in there as well if we're doing keto the way most people do keto. And so it's important that we get soluble and insoluble fiber. It's important that we get fermented foods. It's important that we eat all the colors of the rainbow, because what I want you to do is I want you to just not just optimize your mitochondria and get into ketosis, but I want you to do it in a way that promotes health and longevity. I want you to do it in a way that promotes a healthy gut microbiome. And so if we're really cutting out all of the fruits and vegetables and we're only eating the saturated fats, then it's going to cause some downstream problems. Now, can you do this briefly for a couple of weeks, few weeks and do okay? Yeah, probably so. But some people stay on this forever, and I'm not anti being in ketosis forever, but I do think that we have to address the issue of maintaining a healthy gut microbiome and then giving our body all of the nutrients that it needs. And that's why these diets that are so restrictive can actually be harmful. Yeah, they can accomplish the weight loss, and people often feel amazing when they're in ketosis, especially once they get past that keto flu that can happen at the beginning. But I think that it's important that we address all the aspects of that diet. And so the Institute of Functional Medicine has a really good diet plan called the Mito Food Plan that can actually be modified in such a way that it also gets you into ketosis. But the key there is that is designed to make sure that you're getting all of the micronutrients that you need from your food while still reducing the carbs and focusing more on the healthy fats, the monounsaturated fats, the polyunsaturated fats. So talking olive oil, avocado, things like that are good, and maybe less of the saturated fats. I love bacon as much as the next guy, but man was not made to live on bacon alone. And we really have to think about how we're preparing these foods, because when they're cooked hot and fast, they are yummy, but there are there are chemicals in that we're ingesting that are causing more inflammation in the body. And you've heard me speak on here before about how cardiovascular disease is a disease of inflammation. So anytime I'm going to coach you on changing your lifestyle or your nutritional plan, I'm going to make sure that I focus on doing things for you, teaching you how to decrease the inflammation in your body, because anytime we can move away from inflammation, our health and wellness naturally elevates. Hey, listen, guys, if this has been helpful for you, if you find value in this, can you do me a favor and hit the subscribe button? That way I can keep bringing you content week after week and we can go on this health and wellness journey together. The other thing that I'd just like to mention, I like to close with, is ultimately, I think that there's one healer in the world, and that's Jesus. And so that's my worldview. And if you've not explored that side of yourself, if you've not really paid attention to the spiritual side of yourself, let me just encourage you to do that. Pick up the Bible, start reading the 4th book in the New Testament, John, and just get to know this man named Jesus. For me and my wife, it was transformative 6 years ago. Really kind of brought us back from unhealthy marriage and maybe even looking at divorce to just living a life of peace and joy and abundance. And it's not because we joined a religion or a church, it's because we started doing life differently, not our way, but doing it his way. Listen, I love you guys, and I hope that this has been a blessing to you, and I'll talk to you next time.